I didn't want to read too much into it. The way that, and I don't mean to go off track here, but the way that Trev Alberts handled that press conference was an absolute artwork of words to witness. Just, it was like watching like, no, I'm not going to use that metaphor because it's good. Actually, yeah, I will. It's like when I'm watching, this is something I like. I like watching hip hop artists, rap artists, specifically rap artists that do freestyles. Shout out Harry Mack. The way that they are able to, on the spot, come up with the most correct possible combination of words off the top of their head is just unfathomable to witness. And Trev has proven his ability to just be a mason of words, like just an absolute artist. And when it came to that comment about Mickey Joseph, I really respect that Trev Alberts knows his place as an athletic director, and an athletic director is not somebody who micromanages. Same thing with a coach. He doesn't want a coach that micromanages, and he wants to exemplify the leadership qualities that he wants in his guys that are below him. And so that is like textbook good leadership right there. I'm not going to micromanage your staff, and I hope that you will do the same. And giving that baton to Mickey Joseph, and I highly doubt Mickey Joseph, I don't want to say highly doubt. I don't suspect that Mickey Joseph is going to make any immediate decisions, probably even up until the end of the season. I think that it would probably just be the best decision to just let the rest of the season play out as it's going to play out. And if there were to be a change, it would be a behind closed door. Mickey Joseph meets with Trev Alberts and is like, all right, it's week 5 now. I want to start looking into defensive coordinators. We need to start figuring out. But even if that happens, it's still not going to happen. It's not going to happen this season. So, I just high praise to Trev Alberts. Like, I know that when he first got hired, there was a lot of controversy surrounding him, and it was kind of easy to maybe look into it and be like, oh yeah, there's some red flags there. But when I look at Trev Alberts and his history, from what I can tell, is that he is a man of his word, and that he's willing to do things. He's willing to do things that are right, even if they aren't expedient and immediately satisfying. And I honestly think, like, could have he chosen to fire Frost after last year? Absolutely. But no, he wanted to give this guy an 8th chance, because it wasn't even a second chance after last season. It was you get unreasonable amounts of grace at this point. And Trev did that. So props to Trev and his ability to conduct himself as our athletic director thus far. I mean, 15 games under his belt as an athletic director for our football program. It has the potential to be good down the road, but we will see.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. Got a few more viewers now. Please, if you are watching us right now, we'd like to hear what you have to say about this topic in our comments section. Hey, one of our guests from there he is, right there. Hey, bro, what's up, Mikey? Hey, dude, if you're hanging out, you want to talk about Scott Frost being fired today after the Georgia Southern game, hop on your phone, man. The link is in the comments section on YouTube. You can hop on with us, Mike, and anybody else that's watching. If you want to come hop on with us too, please just need a cell phone and a pair of earbuds. Hop on the stream with us, and we'll talk about all things Scott Frost, or what's happening after Scott Frost, namely the next coach. But before we go there, I would like to also comment on how Trev Alberts handled the press conference today. Number one, because it seemed like there were about 3 or 4 reporters in the room that their whole job was try to get Trev Alberts to admit that he regrets keeping Scott Frost going into 2022.
Yep.
Which to me is absolute chicken shit journalism. You're not getting a story for now. You're trying to get a story that you wanted in the past. You're trying to get an athletic director to confirm shit you wrote back in the past, going, I don't get why Trev Alberts decided to keep Scott Frost around for another year. You know, we saw a lot of those stories. So to me, that's chicken crap journalism. I hate it. I hate when people do that. So I'm glad that he kind of shut that down pretty quickly and just said, hey, wouldn't be fair to Scott Frost for me to talk badly about this, that, or the other. He was extremely magnanimous. I was also very impressed with the fact that while I love the fact that Mike Riley came up and talked to the reporters after he got fired, pretty stand-up guy for doing that. I think it was even more stand-up that after talking with Trev and knowing that he's not coming back as the coach come next week, Trev let him go in the locker room, talk to his boys. And Trev announced that, you know, their coach was not coming back in front of Scott, in front of the team, stand up on both of their parts, and then left the room to allow Scott to have that time to say goodbye. Breaks my heart. But at the same time, completely stand-up move by both of them. So that meant a lot to me. And call me an old sentimental fool. I appreciate one Husker covering the back of another Husker who didn't quite meet the standard, because that's really what we're at here, right? We know what the Husker standard is. Scott knows what the Husker standard is, and he knew he didn't meet it. And Trev said that. Scott was very, very cordial and appreciative and whatnot in their meeting, knowing full well that this was coming. So I appreciate how both of those guys handled it. And for me, the hard part is not losing Scott as a coach. The hard part is knowing that he's got a young family at home, that he's got to figure out how to raise his kids, knowing full well that he couldn't make it work at his alma mater, the place that he moved them most of the way across the country to take this job. So I appreciate how Trev handled it. I appreciate how Scott handled it. Would have been really cool to kind of hear from him. At the same time, I don't blame him for not wanting to say anything.